Hi, it's Mark and Tom Wilcox back in France again for wine tastings. If you've been reading the news, you know it was a near thing that we got here. We had strikes last week to protest the fact that they were considering changing the retirement age in France, and they did. And this week we're having strikes to protest the fact that they changed them. It's sort of a way of life here. And in fact, the nice thing about strikes in France is that they're polite enough to publish in the newspaper which trains are going to be canceled and when, and so you can kind of track your way through with that kind of information.
Yep.
Still a bit of a challenge.
Well, we got here just fine, and first 2 days we're going to be in the southern Rhone Valley doing tastings today and tomorrow. And today we were in Châteauneuf-du-Pape. We tasted with a couple different producers, only a couple different cuvées. They don't make a lot of different wines down here, but we tasted a lot of different vintages.
We landed in Paris this morning and took the TGV south to Avignon. It's about 3.5 hours, and it's beautiful down here. It's mid-60s, dry and sunny. It's a nice time to be visiting. We started the day with lunch in Châteauneuf-du-Pape and then visited Christophe Mestre, who's making some terrific wines. We tasted his 2020s, which is the next one we're going to offer. It's just delicious stuff. But then a lot of back vintages and a lot of samples from barrels that he tried. It's a really interesting tasting. Then we went over to Jacqueline André in Châteauneuf-du-Pape as well and tasted her 2020, and then some barrel samples and some really interesting cuve samples from 2021 and 2022.
Well, we're about to go out for our first dinner here in France, and then tomorrow we're going to stay in the neighborhood for at least the first part of the day in Gigondas and Séguret and Sablé.
And then at the end of the day, we're going to head up to the northern Rhone, where we'll be tasting Syrah on Wednesday. But that's it for our first tasting update, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.